Hello, welcome. We want to take a few minutes today and give you a bit of a campground overview, a tour, a review, whatever you want to call it, but of one of our favorite places to stay. And so we wanted to take a minute and tell you all about Camp Margaritaville, Auburndale.
We recently had the chance to stay at Margaritaville and we had a great time. We got some of this footage while we were there.
Okay, so Camp Margaritaville, Auburndale, it's located right outside of Lakeland, Florida, so it's super centrally located between Tampa and Orlando. And so you can get to the coast if you're interested in doing that. You can also get to Orlando and all the things that Orlando has to offer within a reasonable driving distance, you know, an hour or so both ways. So anyway, it's a great location. It has great amenities, but we want to kind of break it down and tell you in several categories. We want to tell you how you can stay. We want to tell you how you can play. We want to tell you what you need to know and where you need to go. So 4 things: how you can stay, how you can play, what you need to know, and where you can go.
This is going to be like a really good Dr. Seuss book.
Here we go. Dr. Seuss. All right, so how can you stay at Camp Margaritaville, Auburndale?
Yeah, the sites at Margaritaville are exceptional. Regardless of what site you get, they really do a great job. They've got little area with pavers for the picnic table. They have AstroTurf area on every site, and so it's just really nice. Some of them, all of their back-end sites, I think all of them, are crushed seashells. Say that.
That's really hard to
10
say.
times fast. And then they also have in their premium area, they have pull-throughs that are concrete pads, and very, very large concrete pads.
Everything is just so well manicured and just precise, and really you can go on their website. We were talking about this before. You can go on their website and choose from, you know, a dozen different options of a back end or a pull through, a tiki hut or no tiki hut, a premium site or a regular site. There's just all kinds of options, but they basically all boil down to a back-end site or a pull-through site. And of course, every option, there's kind of a price tier. And so, you know, there's the bottom back-end sites that are the cheapest and the furthest away from the amenities, all the way up to the premium stuff. And so you can kind of pick and choose whatever works for you.
And I think at the end of each row, there is a site with a tiki hut. And those tiki huts are pretty cool. They've got a bar area where you can sit and eat. There's a couple bar stools that are there. There's also a sink and a TV. So, I mean, if you're interested in paying a little extra.
Almost like an outdoor kitchen area or an outdoor living area. But RV sites are not the only way you can stay at Camp Margaritaville. You can also stay in cabins. And so they have, again, several different tiers and levels of cabins that they offer. The cabins are around the perimeter of the property, and it works out fabulously for being able to link up with family members or friends who don't have an RV, so you can kind of go both ways. We actually met some people this last time that had come all the way from Connecticut, I think, and we're just staying in the cabins. And so it's just a great thing that they offer that as well, because it just expands the possibilities.
And so we'll show you one of the cabins. My parents were actually staying in one of the cabins near the pool area. And so we'll show you inside there. You can see that there's a bedroom and then a bathroom area. And in their particular model, there were the bunk beds that were there on the side, and then a nice kitchen, living room with a big TV. And so the cabins make a great opportunity for people without an RV to stay at a great resort as well.
Yes, the cabins, all of them, I think, have a porch across the front. And again, there's variety in how the cabins look on the inside, but you can see what our experience was with this one. So anyway, cabins and RV sites. All right, the other thing about the resort is they do offer the bathhouse and laundry facilities. So there's a main big bathhouse and then attached laundry facility kind of at the end of the big pool. And so that's centrally located. And then another out in the resort, one other bathhouse that you can get to. And of course, they're super nice. We've been in both of those and used both of those while we were there. And easy with kids sometimes just to load them all up and throw them in the bathroom.
So that kind of covers how you can stay. the great thing about Margaritaville, there's a lot of ways to play. So we want to talk about how you can play while you're there as well.
Yes, let's talk about water first. So because that's the, our kids and their friends, that's their favorite part. The big pool that's right up near the clubhouse is a fabulous, huge pool, heated in the winter months with a big, huge water slide. Connected to it is a splash pad if you have little ones, and so it's an easy place for them to get in and play.
When you hear heated, don't think super warm.
I mean, I don't.
It's a little bit of a shock to the system still, but
heated for kids, not heated to adult standards.
It's possible to get in and play, and it's a good.
Yes.
Good time. And the slide is always the hit with all of the kids.
Yes, water slide. Now, the way they operate and work their pool is there's no lifeguard on duty, and they open it dawn to dusk is what they advertise. I don't know, we haven't ever quite been able to figure out. It would be a little easier if they would just put some hours on it.
But dawn to dusk at a place like that's one of the big question marks in my head, I guess. With Margaritaville is it's a great place. They've got activity going on. They've got karaoke. They've got bands playing well into the evening. To leave the pool open later seems to me to make a lot of sense. I'm sure there's a good reason why they don't do it.
It could be the lifeguard thing. Maybe there may be some liability and or
maybe state law. You can't go after dark without a lifeguard.
I don't know. Anyway. There's plenty of daylight hours, obviously, to enjoy the pool, but there have been a couple of times where the kids have wanted to keep swimming. And so anyway, pool and splash pad are right there near the clubhouse, and then there's a new pool area that I've never even seen.
Yes, the new pool. I've never been there when it's been really busy. My assumption is that the second pool, the one down kind of by the lake, is a much more chill vibe, because all the kids want to be at the slide. So I'm guessing mostly kids with families are at the one with the slide, and the one that has a lot of lounge chairs and some like tanning deck in the pool. I'm guessing that one's a lot more adults and that kind of thing.
They don't have a sign that says adults only, but I think that's probably more the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 pools now though. The splash pad is attached to the main pool area with the water slide, and you can see that it's a great area if you have toddlers and little ones. Chairs all around, different kind of water features, I guess you would call them, for kids to play in, safe. Kind of adds some barrier and separation between the big kids and the water slide, and then little kids, so that they can have free range to roam and play and enjoy the water as well. So it's a good, but yet it's all still close together. So it's a good added amenity there as well.
We've talked about the water ways that you can play, but for me, the highlight of Margaritaville is the mini golf course.
And you have to call it mini golf instead of putt-putt.
Yeah.
Now, understand that. This is no putt-putt course. This is the most legit mini golf, putt-putt. Like, it's the real deal.
You can tell from this aerial shot, it really looks like a miniature golf course. And it's very challenging. And so I think because it's so challenging, many of the younger kids don't play it, so it's not always very busy, which works out great for me.
Yeah, so the adults, the older kids, they keep it up very well. It just like the rest of the resort, it's very well manicured, and so it ends up being a place where our family has a lot of fun, and our friends, when we go, the guys end up there.
Fun place for competition, and
yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. So
yeah, and it's very centrally located as well. So it's right up near the central part, across from the pool, right near the fire pits and the tiki hut that we'll talk about in a minute. So it's just all kind of centrally located where the family can go up together and kind of then do all the activities.
Yeah, so those are the 2 big things for us that we make use of, would be the water play and the miniature golf. There are a lot of other things, and we've done some of them in the past as well. They have a couple of cornhole boards that are set up all the time, which is
near some fire pits.
Yeah, they're near the fire pits, and they're actually near the ice cream truck. So
yes, so cornhole set up. They have a basketball court we've seen people playing basketball. They also have newer side of stuff they've added are pickleball courts.
A pickleball court.
Oh, it's a pickleball court.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I just heard the balls bouncing.
It wouldn't surprise me if they transitioned the basketball court into a couple or at least one more pickleball court in the future, because a lot more people play pickleball than basketball. So keep that in mind, because if your site is close to those two things, you can imagine if you've heard pickleball, it's not a quiet game. Neither is basketball. So pick your sites accordingly.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, everybody's playing pickleball these days. That's one of our goals for 2024, right?
Absolutely. To not kill ourselves in attempting to play pickleball. No injuries.
All right, so we've told you how to stay. We've told you how to play. Now we want to tell you some other things that you need to know about Margaritaville. One of the other amenities that they, I think, put out as an amenity is they pick up your trash for you. So you just put your trash at the end of the site. They pick up from 10 to 11 every morning. For us, that is not an amenity.
Yes. If you like to walk early in the morning, a lot of times you'll see, like in this shot right here, a lot of trash is along the road, which is not really aesthetically pleasing for your walk. I think they say put it out between 10 and 11.
Yeah. They
so
do
it's
say
just
put
an
it
hour.
out between 10 and 11, but
nobody listens, and I don't think it's very strongly enforced.
And
so people put it out when they go to bed and let them pick it up in the morning.
Well, and for us, you know, we make the majority of our trash throughout the day and then at night when we cook for our family, and so we have to take the trash out at night. But I was about to say, at some places we've stayed at other places that did this, and Kevin had to hunt for the trash cans. Here, they actually have trash cans and trash receptacles, dumpsters that are easily marked, easy to find, easy to get to, and to use.
And in close proximity to pretty much everywhere we've ever stayed, but I think they're spread out enough that they're in close proximity to all the sites. So it is an amenity. For us, it's one of the downfalls, maybe. That's being nitpicky, because the place is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, another thing we've learned about the RV community, you all love your pets, and that's great. We're happy for you. We don't have pets. That's not a big deal to us, but we know.
I only keep humans alive.
Yeah. We know in the RV community, you want to know about what's there for pets, right?
Well, this place has everything you need for your pet. And so they have what they call Margaritaville and a pet spa. They have a couple of places that you can let your dogs run, places to wash, places to dry, places to do all the things. So for those of you that are pet owners and bring your pets with you, you will like the amenities at this place for pets as well.
Yeah. A lot of places have a camp store. Obviously, Margaritaville has one as well. Theirs is a little bit more well stocked than most. They have camping supplies. They have clothes promoting Margaritaville. They have food items. They have drinks. They have.
It's almost like a convenience store on one side. Yeah. Not trashy though, but I mean, the slushy machine. The kids love to go in there. You know, there's a constant stream of kids with candy, and it's that kind of well-stocked, good place to be and to run in. So that's nice. The other thing, or a couple other things you need to know is about their activities for kids. So one of the things they do really well about is scheduling activities for kids, for the family. They have an area right up centrally located that's called the Parrot Island Green. They've done different improvements and things to it. There is a Gaga ball pit. They have covered part of it. And all kinds of different games and things. And so usually there's always something happening. So that's fun to take advantage of. Another area right up there near that is the Tiki Bar and Fire Pits. And so they have a full bar set up. They have chairs, tables around different fire pits. It's at nighttime, there's always people up there.
There's always activity, people congregating and hanging out. And so that's great. It's one of those things that it's there for you if you want it. If you don't want it,
yeah. So it's just a nice place to hang out. People enjoy getting to know each other and just hanging out up there. There are also several food options right around this big central area that we're telling you about with all these other different things. So they've added in the pool area kind of I hate to call it a snack shop. It's called something.
It's a snack bar. It's there's Frank and Lola's Pizza as well as Feeding Frenzy. There's two things that they have that are right there. And you can take a look at the menus here. They've got some breakfast options on the weekend, and they've also got kind of the full lunch dinner spread.
But when you're up there, you see people grabbing, you know, chicken fingers and fries for an afternoon snack or for lunch around the pool or whatever, different things. And then on occasion, there will be food trucks in and out as well. Every time we've been there, there's been some different types of food trucks that'll come in sometimes at night, sometimes during the day on the weekends. And so that's always fun.
And then also at the pool by the lake, the pool without the slide, there's a place called License to Chill. It's also a restaurant, snack bar type feel where you can get stuff as well. So lots of options in that way. Another one of the things, it is a somewhat large park. As Casey mentioned, she's never seen the second pool. She's never really had a reason to go over there. You can rent golf carts while you're there. They're a little bit pricey, but it gives you a great way to get around and explore the park a little bit.
Depending on what your setup is. One of the interesting things about the way this park is set up is the hub of activity, the clubhouse, the pool, all of that stuff sits up kind of at the top, and everything else kind of, that part's not necessarily in the center of the park. And so there are some sites that are a good hike up to all the activity, and so that's where the golf cart rentals, depending on your situation, where they could come handy.
Yeah, and you can see that on the map here, that how the park is laid out. Obviously, you can get to that on the website as well, but it gives you an idea of how the park is laid out there at Margaritaville.
Yeah, so we've told you how you can stay. We've told you how to play while you're there. We've told you some things that you need to know. And then lastly, we have a couple of recommendations of places you need to go. Now, I will say this. You can drive into Margaritaville and check in and never leave. Everything you need is there, you know, especially if you bring your food options or your groceries and things with you. But there's not a ton in the area. There is groceries and things you can get to easily. But there are a couple of things and recommendations that we would throw out of your time there that would be worth the drive outside of the resort.
Yeah, so there is a barbecue spot that's very close proximity to the resort.
Like a couple of minutes, like really close.
And we would highly recommend you give it a try while you're there, even if you run out and grab it and bring it back to the park to eat.
Yeah.
Although it's a cultural experience to go there and eat.
For sure.
It's been there for 70, 80 years. Yep. It is a shack. It is a barbecue shack. But we love the food. We love the
delicious barbecue. So it's called Peebles Barbecue, and you do need to look. Make sure you look. Their schedule is a little bit different. So they're usually only open Thursday night, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
And not at all during July and August, if I'm remembering right.
Yep.
So 10 months out of the year, they have screens. No central heat and air, and so I can understand why they would close in July and August. I wouldn't want to go eat there in July and August. But any other time of the year, the barbecue is delicious. We've had a little bit of everything, I think, there. It's not a huge menu, which is nice because you just go in, you pick from a handful of sides, and then, of course, they have all your traditional ribs, pork, pulled pork, brisket, sausage.
They have chopped pork, chopped beef, and chopped chicken. And then they've got smoked chicken, sausage. Their ribs, to me, if you're looking for baby back, fall off the bone type ribs, don't get their ribs. They have a great flavor, but they are spare ribs. They're not as nice and tender.
I always get chicken, and it's delicious.
But to me, the chopped pork is the best thing on the menu. I have not tried the chopped beef, so maybe try that while you're there.
So, Peebles Barbecue, make sure you add that to your itinerary. The only other thing that we would throw out there and tell you, so we happened up on a rainy day this last time while we were there, and so some of us jumped in the car and took off to Plant City, which, if you know anything about Central Florida, Plant City is the hub of strawberry activity that you hear about, especially in the early spring when strawberries are in season.
I think they serve their strawberry shortcake from maybe like late January to April. Don't quote me on that, but check their website. It'll tell you.
Auburndale Farms. You literally drive up and stand in a line that is wrapped around the outside of the building to go and order your your strawberry desserts. So there were milkshakes, there were strawberry shortcake.
There was ice cream with strawberries. You could mix and match however you wanted.
Yes, but you order by the number. and they totally have an air-powered hose that distributes whipped cream on top of everything.
It's delightful.
It is delightful. So it's a great, it's about, took us what, about 40 minutes from Margaritaville. So it's a little bit, but especially
if you catch yourself on a rainy day in the spring,
or when you don't, you know, when you've had enough sun and so you need something to do, then it's a great stop.
Now, as Casey mentioned, you could get to Orlando, you could get to Tampa, but if you're paying to stay at Margaritaville, it's not an economy resort, it is a premium resort. So my feeling is, if you're paying to stay there, take advantage of all the things that they have to offer in the park.
Out of it.
And then when you leave, go check out Tampa and Orlando. But
so anyway, I hope this gives you a good idea of Margaritaville and Camp Margaritaville, Auburndale, and how it is, our thoughts on it. One of our favorite places to go. Not a place that we get to go all the time, but a place that we, for fun occasions and for a getaway, we love to go and spend a few days. Everybody always has fun. Yeah,
let us know in the comments if you have a resort like that you like to go to get away, a go-to spot for you and your family. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll have videos coming out. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified each time we have a new video come out. And we look forward to seeing you out on the road somewhere.
Maybe even at Margaritaville.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
Just say thanks for tuning in.
He said bye. I was like,
peace.
Like you're on the phone.
Bye-bye. Love you too.
You should put all this in at the end. Thanks for tuning in.